Ever have one of those days where you get a box and you sit down in front of the camera to record an unboxing and you realize the entire time you're talking at the lens, it's not recording? Yep, today was one of those days. So we're going to dive into a box, and this is really take number 2. Hey friends, welcome back to my sewing room. My name is Becca, and in today's video, we're going to look at the Sew Sampler box for January 2021. So before we go any further, I'm just going to put this out there right now. If you do not want the surprise ruined, please click off this video and maybe come back later. Don't watch any further. Also, before we dive in, let me please ask you to consider subscribing to this channel if you like anything you see here. I'm really trying to get to 10,000 subscribers before the end of 2021. That's my goal for this year, and only you can help me get there. Either click the subscribe button down below, or if you're already subscribed, share this channel with a quilty friend of yours. I'd appreciate it. Thank ya. All right, so let's dive in. This is the box down here, and as you can see, take number 2, tape's already cut, but when we pull it open, I don't know where I was trying to go with that. When we pull it open, the inside shows us the theme, and it is sweater weather. Sweater weather. This fun little theme card always has a coupon code or a promo code on the back. And this month we have 10% off of jelly rolls and honey buns. And it looks like that actually is good through March 20th of 2021. So you have a decent bit of time to use that coupon code. Our accordion folded pamphlet tells us all about the items that are inside this box. There are no extra coupons on here, but lots of good things are in store. I already know it's there, so I don't really need that, do I? Super excited about the first notion. It is a package of cool pins. There are 50 pins in here, and they are heat-resistant pins made by the Gypsy Quilter. In the close-up view down here, you can see the package of pins. These are similar to the magic pins that are so popular right now. The tips or the heads of each of these pins, where you see that orange piece, that is actually nylon. The body of the pin is a stainless steel. And according to the packaging, it says that the pins are heat resistant up to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, so that you can iron over them without melting the tip of the pin or burning your finger. The larger pin heads are easy to grasp and manipulate, perfect for all ages. And since the tips of the cool pins are colorful, they are easy to spot and remove. No pins are left behind. They are sharp and extra fine at just 0.5 millimeters and will not leave holes in your finished project. There are 50 pins in this reusable storage box. So what I like to do is actually put them to the test and see if I like them right now. Let's open it up. All right, I have my iron heating up, and down here, we're just going to test putting a pin in the fabric to make sure it does glide in nice and easy. I'm going to put it through 2 layers because you're never really going to pin much of one layer, right? Ooh, that does go in super smooth, like butter. What about 8 layers? No problem. No problem. So far, I'm really liking how nice and sharp these pins are. They glide in and out of the fabric, and I don't see any holes left behind. Now, let's try the iron test. I'm going to put the pin into the fabric. It's through 4 layers right now, and I'm just going to get my iron, which is set to the highest setting. This is either going to be really good or really bad. But we're going to iron over that pin. Here it is. Oh no, oh no. So, thoughts. I definitely ironed on the pin, and I was able to pick it up immediately. I didn't leave it there very long, only a second. But I don't know if you can tell, that nylon head definitely did melt a little bit, but it left no residue on my iron whatsoever. I just have one side that's a little flat. Actually, when I hold it in the light this way, I see just a teeny tiny outline of where that pin head was, but it's nothing that a really quick cleaning wouldn't take care of. So if you're going to iron fabric with the pins in it, I would recommend doing it at a low, maybe a medium heat setting. If you're anything like me, I turn my iron on to high all the time and I leave it there, and that's what I work with. So if you do that, be a little careful because you will still melt these pins. Other than that, this is really actually a super cool notion. I honestly probably would never iron with pins in my fabric. I don't know that I have a use case for it. Maybe you do. Leave it down in the comments down below. I do like how nice and extra sharp and long these pins are. This is a great notion that retails, gotta take a look here, for $9.48. So I would recommend, but just be very careful if you're really gonna iron over the head of that pin. The next notion is a doozy at $11.48 retail. It is a package of assorted sizes of sew tights, and these are basically magnetic sewing pins. The packaging here says that it is a way to pin when you can't. I myself am a Wonder Clip girl. I usually go for those, but there are times when you need pins. And one of the reasons I don't like to pin is because I don't like to get stabbed. So this is a great alternative to that. Let me show you how it works. When you take them off of the packaging, what you're actually going to do is lift this card up, and on the back you have these metal pins. You're just going to slide off the back, and that's going to detach the front. I'm going to fumble with it. You've got the back side that have two little magnets on it, and they are strong magnets, and then you just have this metal clip that it attaches to. I've got laid out in front of me 2, 4, 6, 8 layers of fabric. That's a good test. I'm going to put this on this side, and on the other side, I'm going to take this, and you can see it's holding all 8 of those layers together, not a problem whatsoever. You know, these actually might be kind of good to use when I'm basting quilts for free motion quilting. The only thing with this is when you go to take it off, you have to slide the bottom apart. You just move the bottom piece with your fingers about 1 inch and they'll pop right off. This is a sewing notion that I am super glad to have. I would highly recommend it, and it retails for $11.48. The next notion that we have is a pink sponge. This is kind of what it looks like down here. They say this is a Magic Touch cutting mat eraser. My packaging is already gone. This retails for $4.48, and they say you can use this dry or damp to wipe or scrub the surface of your cutting mat to remove all the trimmings and trappings that are in your mat and give it a fresh, clean, like new surface. I used it. I tried it. I tried it on a relatively new Tulip Pink cutting mat as well as my larger, heavily loved Martelli cutting mat. It did clean it up and it made an improvement, but it didn't restore it to like new. So just set your expectations if you're going to use something like this. This is a cool notion, and it retails for $4.48, if I didn't say that already. Every month starting in April, Fat Quarter Shop does a sampler quilt sew along. Starts in April, ends in March, and as a Sew Sampler member, you get a block of the month pattern for free. This month, we have block number 10 for the Greatest Hits album quilt, which will wrap in March. This is what that block looks like up here. Sew Sampler members get to do this for free, but you can still join along even if you're not a Sew Sampler member. Just go over to the Fat Quarter Shop website. You can pick up these cards. Each one will cost you $4.98. Every month we get a pattern. This month our pattern is called Fast and Furious. This retails for $9.98. This is what the project looks like on the front. This is a Fat Quarter Shop exclusive pattern, and it comes with 2 sizes that you can make with, this is exciting, the same amount of yardage. You can either make a table runner version of the project at 18.5 inches by 74.5 inches, or a throw size version of the quilt at 34.5 inches by 42.5 inches. Regardless of which one you want to make, you're going to need the honey bun, which we have in the box, and we'll show you in just a second, 5/8 yard for your binding, and 1 1/4 yards for your background. If you make the table runner version, you're going to need 2 1/3 yards for your backing, and then if you're going to make the throw version, you only need 1 1/2 yards for your backing. So kudos for kind of writing this pattern one of 2 ways. The same amount of fabric is going to get you 2 different tops depending on what you want to make. And then the last thing that we have is, of course, our fabric. We have a full honey bun. I think I may have said jelly roll earlier, but it is a honey bun. This is a package of pre-cut fabric. Each piece of fabric in this honey bun is 1.5 inches by width of fabric. So that means that each strip of fabric goes from one selvage to the other. It'll measure about 44 inches wide. All of them are cut 1.5 inches. This honey bun, full-size honey bun, all of the SKUs in this line, retails for $27.98, and it is featuring the cider fabric line by Basic Gray from Moda Fabrics. And I'm sorry, but I know you can't really see all of the fabrics that are in here. I'm not going to pull this apart because it would just be a mess, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to snap my fingers and you're going to see a picture of this right on the screen. So take a look at that. This is what the fabric line looks like according to the listing directly over at the Fat Quarter Shop website. All in all, this box was a lot of fun. I enjoyed testing out a couple of the notions for you. Let me know if you like it when I do that in the comments down below. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and come on back Friday nights at 8:30 Eastern Time where we sew live together right here on YouTube. I can't wait to hang out with you. I'll see you guys all later. Bye.